themselves a spot in the final. We'll need penalties to settle this encounter if things remain as they are. SAFA Гаутенг will feel as though they should have been ahead going into the break. The gilt-edged opportunity for Jerome Karlsa right in the final minutes. Although, to be fair, Spartak Moscow had two very good opportunities of their own. One through Rabadanov earlier in the half, the second through Vlad Shitov, and both shots saved by Sipo Buta. At the moment, as the SAFA Гаутенг hero.
Hey, not a happy man. He's up. Walk it off. That's all you need, young man. It's all right. Take a seat.
Receive some attention now. This is the incident. Yeah, it's a pulled groin, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he stretched it too wide, maybe. Hopefully he can still come back, but I know under 15s don't suffer from. Under 16s you can't suffer from a serious groin injury. No ways. You need to be strong there.
At one point in the first half, Spartak had 60% of the possession, but SAFA really grew into the game and ended the first half with 57% of the possession. Knows he's going to have to stand strong today. Ball over the top, something for Jerome Karlsa to chase. That's Tolstopiatov, predictably stepping in. Oh, good work from Siandi Nyanga, Mamelodi Sundowns man. Oh, the first sub taking place now, and Mondre Mere, who was spotted playing for the School of Excellence at, or rather for SAFA Kuruleni, but does play for the School of Excellence at the Gauteng Cup, makes his way off the field. Cabello Lekalaka is the man on. Lekalakala rather. Some chakalaka. Lekalakala. Hopefully it's going to be Lekker, and he's going to do something for this team.
I was about to say that you're failing to pronounce this one. Yesterday you ate something close to that name, man. Chakalaka, Lekalakala. You never struggle. Come on, plant. But I must commend you for the effort, though. Direct.
Will he be the difference maker? He needs something to change. He needs someone to come on and show a little bit more conviction. Well, that's his first involvement. Perhaps not why he was thrown onto the field.
No, he's sending a clear message.
Yeah.
I'm here. Game on. And up against the strongest man, Melvrikov.
It was a crucial touch from Ryan Manning. It's all hands to the pump in terms of defensive work. Ryan Manning, part of a front three that's been employed. Although it looks like maybe he's retreated slightly. Grigorov plays it to Levchenkov. Tolstopiatov, not the most convincing clearance. Vlad Shitov attempted to help it along, and Nyanga's turned over possession. This is Grigorov, he's lost out. Now it's Vezi. This has been the tale of this game so far. Both sides failing to string together the real passage of passing. This is Jerome Karlsa maybe looking to make amends for his miss in the first half. Still Carlson looking to work some space. Now it's broken kindly here for Lawana. But he doesn't have space to pull the trigger. Militello cleverly into space. Offside against Riandre Fries.
The front foot play that they're bringing on board against Spartak Moscow. They reached the final third now. They pass one another very closely. It's just that Russia's discipline in terms of defense, they close you very tight. So they don't give you that room to take a shot at goal. But they are going to break in those pockets, those boxes that would appear.
The ball's been allowed to bounce, and Sipobuta went for it and appeared to have been fouled. There's protest from the Russian outfit, but then if play had been allowed to go on, I think they missed.
No, Buta called for the ball. He collided with his teammate, rather, that is Tebucho Masugu. But Vlad Shitov was in the midst of things. Not much of a contact in terms of that collision when it comes to Vlad Shitov.
Walking off the field rather gingerly is Militello, and replacing him is a fellow SAFA Kuruleni man, Yamkela Palani. 15 years of age is Palani. And that particular duo finished behind eventual Gauteng Cup winners Bidvest Wits in Group A. They were actually level on 7 points, just to show how well, just illustrate how well SAFA Kuruleni did. Had lost out on goal difference.
No.
That's an earlier collision.
Yep.
Two teammates, right?
Yeah. Buta called for the ball. We could hear him earlier on. But now he went directly to Tebucho Umasu.
Now that's why the Russian players are protesting. I mean, they should have been allowed to play on. None of their players fouled the goalkeeper.
Yeah, but he was within the midst. There was a push initially that he had pushed Tebucho Masugu. Then Tebucho went direct to collide with a keeper. I think that's where the call comes from. But Vlad looked at it in the angle that they made contact with each other, not him. He forgets the push.
Yeah, maybe he thought they missed that one. This is Pavel Burskin. Kludman. Chinkov hails from Astrakhan, one of 3 players in this lineup, not from Moscow.
What? What was that? Vladimir Saranov rescued the ball.
Chinkov stepping in. Vlad Shitov turning away from his marker. Now can he find the pass? Chooses to go along. It's still Shitov. Terribly selfish play from the 15-year-old striker.
Vlad Shitov has seen the ball many a times. There's a call for a sub, so they need to retake this one. Early subs perhaps by SAFA Гаутенг.
Siande Nyanga is the man to come off. And another SAFA Kuruleni man, Tebucho Masuku, will be coming on to replace him. It's Palane and Masuku, the 2 most recent subs, are the 2 men who started in the previous game but weren't included from the off this time around. It also appears as though very shortly the Spartak Moscow will be making a change. Aslan Mutaliев running over to the 4th official. He's eager to get onto the field. Levchenko finds Grigorev. Nice feed from Grigorev. Sully goes on and down inside the area. No real claims for a penalty. Innocent Mahlobo not at all interested. Just don't seem to be able to time their runs here. It's the new man on the field, Masuku. And now you wonder, is this a consequence of these boys not really having played together very long? Because the quality of the SAFA Гаутенг team individually is undoubted. They are all the best players for SuperSports Academy and Sundowns Academy, vaunted development structures. They just don't seem to be getting it right at times with that understanding. And well, to be fair to them, that's understandable.
Well, I think another reason that I've just read now that is the reason they're sustaining this match or this game or this tournament is because they come from development structures. So mentally they're ready. It's just a matter of time that they could have done better by meeting earlier.
Aslan Mutaliев immediately into the thick of things, replacing Daniel Grigorev. Now ball in and over. Absolutely unmarked was Vlad Shitov, but he can't even hit the target. Real let-off for SAFA Гаутенг.
A real let-off for SAFA Гаутенg. Vlad Shitov he knows very well where he is. A drop header would have been a good option for him. But now when you perhaps hit the ball and you close your eyes maybe.
Two SuperSport men, Loana and Baloy, had completely lost him. There's Kromen, who played in that beautiful cross moments ago. Rabadanov, still Rabadanov. Burshkin, composed. Levchenkov lets that one go. It's Palane now with the ball at his feet. Rabadanov. SAFA Гаутенг under pressure. This is Mельников. Kожedub, first time cross. "18 minutes to go, gents, and perhaps we'll see a penalty shootout, but we'd like to finish this one inside regulation time." Mельников. Looks like a bit of a nasty one on Stepan Mельникov. If he isn't able to continue, they have plenty of quality on the bench. Stepanenko is capable of playing in defense as well as attack. As Kalakala goes into the book, and he's only been on the field a matter of minutes.
Message is clear. It's either the ball. Oh! Now he went direct for the ankle there. There's no way that the assistant ref was not going to see that one. Nikalakala. Showing of stats. Clenched in. Mельников, Stepan. He would want to come back into the game. I mean, the tempo of the game, he's been containing it very well.
Ball clipped in as they're coming together. The two legs tangled, and the call has gone the way of SAFA Гаутенг. Spartak perhaps hoping for a year-upon-year improvement. They finished 7th in 2017, and then last year they finished 4th. Thoroughly outplayed by Wits in their opener last year, even though they drew 0-0. Thoroughly outplayed by Wits in their opener this year. In both instances, they went on to win their remaining 2 games. Last year they beat Orlando Pirates and then Black Africa Hopsol, and then lost out to Brugge 1-0 in the semi-finals, which condemned them to a spot in the 3rd, 4th playoff, which they lost to Bidvest Wits on penalties. This year they'll be hoping to go to the final from 7th to 4th, and if you keep that trend going from 4th to 1st, yeah.
To 1.
Yeah.
Let's just hope so.
Yeah.
Should they walk out with victorious here? Because they've had enough chances in the final third. Vlad Shitov has let them down, but they're still pushing, getting into the final third.
There's Mutaliv. Still he goes. Just chops back inside. Looking there for Rabadanov. It's Kuzadub who's offside, who attempts to play it via his head. And I think that Rabadanov probably could have latched onto it if he wasn't put off by the man who was offside in any case. So, not particularly good from Sviatoslav Kuzadub. Now, an opportunity perhaps for SAFA Гаутенг through Masuku. Vezi headed down to Kuzadub. Kalani now. That ball just sneaks through. It's Ryan Manning lining up the cross, and he took time to consider who he was going to try and find, and then he was beaten away by the first man. What Spartak Moscow would give to have Ilya Golyatov in their lineup. Under 17 international who's currently on national team duty as they attempt to qualify for the under 17 Euro tournament. Games against Scotland and Poland and Portugal, well on their way to qualifying. He's a vaunted goal scorer at this under 17 level. He has pretty much has the word goal in his name, Ilya Golyatov.
Oh, I see what you did there. Golyatov. Oh, Mr. Bissett. And you've got the run, you've got the run. You go, Bissett.
Well, someone needs to step up and fill his shoes. Rabadanov has been doing it. Now it's in to Aslan. From Aslan Mutaliv. And to the big defender up from the back. He can't connect effectively. It's Tostopiadov. And I mentioned in the lead up to this game that apart from keeping it very tight at the back, that centre half pairing of Kloikman and Tostopiadov are dangerous from set pieces. Now it's broken for Mutaliv, and Mutaliv breaks the deadlock off the bench and onto the score sheets. And Spartak lead with just over 10 minutes to go. They have 1 foot in the final.
Biggest mistake by this man, Sipo Buta. The goal kick was not convincing enough. Slan Mutaliv, the substitute, comes in, profits from mistake between the keeper. Now centre back tried to clear it. Mutaliv tucked it in with his left foot, hard and low. Profits from just being onside. Now the team, SAFA Гаутенг, they start very well, united team, but towards the end of the game, or in the second half, they break into individual play. Now the instructions of the coach are no longer followed, or they forget to execute them.
It's Mельnikov! That is a scorcher from Stepan Mельnikov. It's 2 goals in quick succession that have buried SAFA Гаутенг.
The first half belonged to you, Sipo Buta. But this man, oh my, out of nowhere, here's the motor son, quench your thirst. Now, look at the push. One glimpse at the keeper, a Kela with the power on it. Oh, fully bent Sipo Buta, could not reach for that one. They could have closed him down earlier, Mельников.
Well, we've seen some great goals in this tournament, and that one is right up there. 2 goals, a minute apart. Mutaliев and Mельников and SAFA have 10 minutes to turn this around. They've made a bevy of changes already, 3 in total, and well, they look a little despondent at the moment, to be quite honest. Do they believe that the game is up? There is still time, but they now have a mountain to climb. Considering that in the 50 minutes that have already elapsed, they only managed to create 1 real opportunity of consequence. You wonder whether they'll be able to create what they need to in the remaining time as Coach Vaskovic watches on. Took over from Vadim Romanov. Oh, good hold at the near post from Boris, strong hands. And you have to credit 36-year-old Coach Vaskovic. Been in coaching for 17 years, a career coach, never had a professional career. He's now spent 12 years at Spartak Moscow. Was at Lokomotiv Moscow before that. But certainly a good mentor, holds a UEFA A license. Spartak looked really good under Vadim Romanov last year. Former player Romanov actually had a career, professional career with Spartak. Oh, the advertising boards taking a beating here. САФА Гаутенг taking a beating. Oh, he wants to be on the field when they celebrate at the final whistle. A little bit upset to be withdrawn here is Rabadanov, but bringing on now Maxim Stefanenko, and he is a strong runner with the ball.
Who wouldn't want to be in the field when it's time to celebrate, especially when you're leading with 2 goals up? Chances are the opponents are nowhere near coming back. Maybe if they were a united team that trained together most of the time, it would be a different story.
Well, we were hoping to see a 4th South African side make it into the finals of future champs Gauteng, following the footsteps of Esperance in 2009, SuperSport in 2015, and Wits in 2016. All of them beaten in the final, of course. We may very well see Orlando Pirates make it to this year's final, though they have to navigate their way past defending champions Club Brugge, though. It's rather robust defending from Paul Mhlanga on Mutaliев. What a game we do have coming up. Brugge taking on Pirates, and the Belgian side have left in their wake 3 teams from outside their continent. And they now face a 4th. Orlando Pirates are facing their 3rd European foe this year. The Buccaneers already got past Reggio and beaten by Espanyol. So a game of huge consequence coming up at 4 o'clock. De Blauw-Zwart squaring up to a South African side for the 3rd time. Already outclassed Chiefs. The goal scorer Mельников puts that into a good area, and again it's not converted. So the hopes of the nation hinge now on Orlando Pirates' ability to get past Club Brugge. Will they be able to? We need to maybe take a page out of the tactical playbook of Bidvest Wits that held Brugge to a 1-1 draw earlier in the competition. Brugge are coming off a 4-0 demolition of Beijing Sonobu Guan. Now they are in good spirits, have a lot of momentum behind them, and they were the most convincing group winners. Topping Group A with 7 points. 4 clear of their nearest adversary, Kaizer Chiefs. 5 minutes to play. SAFA Гаутенг falling apart here. It's Mutaliev. He's waited a little too long to play in Kожedub. He really should have passed to him earlier.
Don't you think he should have went for goal rather?
Yeah, well, either one would have been better than what he eventually ended up doing.
I guess the fact that it's 2-0 up, you're welcome to explore other options rather than being desperate for goal.
SAFA Гаутенг only conceded 2 goals coming into this match. And 2 goals down against Spartak here. They conceded in their opener against Espanyol. That game ended 1-1. Leandro Fries scoring. And then again against Regio. Regio's captain, Lorenzo Lucena, got the goal there for the Italians after Ryan Manning and Jerome Carlsa had put SAFA ahead. Ryan Manning wins the ball, apparently legally so. No, Anderson Matlobo took a little bit of time to make a decision, but eventually rules in favor of Spartak.
Look at how Ryan Manning is limping in the field of play. Have they exhausted their subs?
No, not quite yet.
Oh.
They do still have available subs. Although one is a goalkeeper. It's only one, really. Now, Masuku coming forward.
Could have put in the cross early. You know you're up against a very big structured man. Close it down then, or put the cross early. Masuku.
Pillar of strength is Nikita Gloitman. And the relatively untroubled Pavel Burskin is about to record his 3rd consecutive clean sheet. Leandro Fries. Fries will collect his own pass.
Bit of pulling there for Mельников. Maybe tired of running.
Comfortably defended Tostopiatov from Yevpatoria. What's that? What's that? Here's the chance. This is the chance. If they can score this from 12 yards out after the handball, then maybe we're in for a grandstand finish with a minute and a half remaining.
No, attempted to take a shot, wanted to put it over the 2 center backs. Good move that it did not take the shot. Yes, the hands are in it.
And converted, just about converted. Ryan Manning collects the ball from the net. And now SAFA Гаутенг must scurry back to the center circle. Could the improbable comeback be on here at the Nike Center?
The power on the ball helped him. The keeper had gone to the right direction. Maybe Vladislav needed to just kick that one away, but it went underneath his armpit, so there was no position for him.
Now Mutaliев plays this towards Shitov. Won't be a corner, it's a goal kick. Although clean sheet for Burskin in the Spartak goal. He's done really well in this tournament. You must remember, he's not even the first choice keeper for this Spartak under-17 side. That's Alexander Alexev, who's out on national team duty. SAFA Гаутенг need to get hold of the ball. Here's Mutaliев looking to restore that 2-goal advantage, and now Vlad Shitov. Regulation time almost up. Yes, so there will be a final sub taking place shortly as we get another opportunity to see why SAFA Гаутенг were afforded the chance to reduce the arrears here. Pretty centrally taken penalty, but low enough that it went under the body of Pavel Boriskin. Vlad Shitov is the man to have come off the park, and Vyacheslav Frolov is on.
Oh, yeah, push.
3 minutes of additional time. Anything can happen.
Surprise package maybe coming from SAFA Гаутенг.
How commented?
Getting a goal.
Comment kanjani no?
Mafungo shuti. Hayi. Maybe kuronga ground into yenzakalile.
Upressa kuphi?
Yeah, somewhere la.
Mayiphathi.
Ayayibona into yokukhuluma le. Ayazi.
Frolov. Corner to come for Spartak. They just need to see out the remaining minute and a half of additional time. Oh. Well, Sipho keeps them in it, but they now have to contend with a corner, and they'll have to try and get the ball upfield as quickly as possible once the set piece has been taken.
He called for it. Didn't decide if he wants to hold on to it or wants it to fly over the crossbar.
Now just a minute remaining. Getting hung up for the big men. Tostopiatov went down. SAFA Гаутенг play short from the back. That ball cut out. It's lost John Saloon for them here. They have to give it everything they've got, and they have to throw bodies forward. As the captain, Paul Mhlanga, goes past one. Crucial tackle kept alive. Going backwards though is Masuku, and Masuku dispossessed. Mutaliv. Decent pass, Mutaliv, and Mельников turns it over. Will this be the third? It's a fantastic third, and it just puts gloss on the performance. It's Kожedub who lobs Sipho Buta, and Buta, who kept his side in it in the first half, is unable to prevent Spartak from scoring their third. They've now shipped more goals in one game than they did in the 3 prior.
Kожedub found himself in a very good space, unmarked, and the only thing he did was invite the keeper and then chip it over the keeper. However, the ball was lost from Tebogo Masuku in the center, coming from the opponent's half, and then couldn't recover. Now, Spartak Moscow capitalized on the counter.
Well, that should be just about it. Spartak Moscow came here knowing what they had to do to be successful in the future champs Gauteng tournament, and they have been successful in their semi-final endeavor against SAFA Гаутенг. They've got past them with a relative ease, to be honest. The Russian outfit scored 3. All of them came in the second half. Late in the second half, Spartak Moscow beat SAFA Гаутенг by 3-1. It's disappointment here for SAFA Гаутенг as they retreat to their dugout. And they will contest the third, fourth playoff. They wait now to find out who their opponent will be. The loser of the second semi-final to be contested by Club Brugge and Orlando Pirates. Everyone in the stadium, or most in the stadium at least, hoping that Orlando Pirates can be the lone South African representative in the final, as they will come up against Spartak Moscow. Job well done for Krasnobelye, the red and whites. And the Muscovites march on. We had to wait an age for the goals to come. And Aslan Mutaliев, brought off the bench, made the difference, got the opener.
Coming with the goal. A good thing, maybe the incoming game, he will start the game. But this cracker, who would have thought it would come out from the Sipoputa, well stretched.
Mельnikov with a tremendous goal. And very late into proceedings, SAFA Гаутенг pulled one back from the penalty spot. It was Ryan Manning who converted, not in the most convincing fashion. Pavel Burskin will be a little upset to not record his third consecutive clean sheet. But the two-goal advantage was restored inside injury time. A cute little lob from Sviatoslav Kожedub, adding to the goals he's already scored in this tournament. Now, Spartak Moscow had 13 attempts on goal. They hit the target 6 times in total. SAFA Гаутенг really didn't carve out that many opportunities for themselves, although possession was even with 50% each.
Thank you so much to our commentary team, Grant Basid, alongside Mutlukhele Ngenunda. After being dumped at this stage this time last year, it's FC Spartak Moscow who advanced to the 2019 finals of the future champions Gauteng. I'm joined by Coach Bongani Masego of SAFA Гаутенг. Coach, thank you so much for your time. You didn't secure a final spot, but you must be proud of your boys for making it this far.
Yeah, I think first of all, I would like to thank my technical committee, players, and everyone who supported us. But the most important thing, I think I'm very proud of the performance. It just is unfortunate that we lost. Maybe we should have approached the game better, but I think these are the things that we need to improve.
And what have you learned going forward from this particular match?
Yeah, I've learned from the tournament, I've learned one thing, is very tactical, and I think it will help the South African players. But particularly this game, Russian team, Spartak were like sitting back and they wanted to hit us on the counter. I think they did that. But we're going to improve, I think, on the next game. I think we'll do better.
Thank you so much, Coach. Good luck for tomorrow.
Okay, good luck. Thanks.
Coach Bongani Masego of SAFA Гаутенг. They'll be playing in the third and fourth final tomorrow between the losing team, between Orlando Pirates and Club Brugge. Well, that's the next semi-final that's coming up. The defending champions Club Brugge up against Ezimnyama Ngenkani. In commentary team, we have Temba Boy alongside Mutlukhele Ngenunda. It's coming up after this.